Hello, my dear young and energetic Physioton Army. A very warm welcome to Diksha Vedantu YouTube channel. I'm your master teacher Neha Ma'am. In today's session, we are going to discuss about how to study physics. This particular session is not about tips and tricks to study physics. I'm going to introduce physics to you guys in today's session. You may thinking that, yeah ma'am, we know that physics is a branch of science. Inside science, we'll be having physics and we'll be studying that. No, it's not only about that. Physics is more beyond that. And I'm going to introduce you to the world of physics in today's session. Being a physics teacher, it's my responsibility to introduce my students to my favorite subject. Okay, so stay tuned with the video. This video is going to be interesting. Watch the video completely. I hope you'll like the video. Okay, shall we start? So I'm going to tell the story of physics today. Okay, let's enjoy the session. Let me enter. Yeah. So what is physics? If you ask me, or if you search in the Google, what is physics, you'll get the definition as study of nature and natural laws and blah 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 things. But this physics is really beyond that. Okay, if you want to really, if you are interested in physics, if you want to really connect with the physics, then you cannot restrict it to the statement of Google. It's beyond that. You can connect your emotion, your feelings with the subject. Okay, so I'm going to share my opinion, my perspective, my way of seeing physics. Okay, I'm introducing you physics by my 3 definitions and what they are. See, we'll see physics in 3 different definitions. And the first thing is, do you believe me if I say that physics is a poet? Tell me yes or no in the comment. I'm going to elaborate this further. Okay, so tell me first, do you think if I say physics is a poet, do you believe it or not? If yes or if no, listen to my words. Why I'm calling physics as a poet? So tell me, who is a poet first? Who is a poet? We all know. The poet is a person who writes the poems about particular place, particular person or a thing. Right, some topic they will be choosing and they will be writing about it in a beautiful manner. Is that right? The poet definition, everybody will agree. Now, how physics is a poet? Let me explain you that. Physics is a poet who describes the beauty of nature. Physics is a poet because physics writes about the beauty of nature. It writes about the rainbows. It writes about the sky. It writes about the earth, moon, space, universe, multiverse, extra dimensions, right? The beauty of this entire universe, the nature, about the plants, via a motion or the rest or many things, right? Physics is not just studying, right? You can see everywhere around you. So why am I calling physics as a poet? As poet describes the beauty of some particular thing, physics also describes the beauty of nature that exists around us and beyond us also. Is that clear? Now, do you agree that physics is a poet? If from now anybody asks you what is physics, you can say that physics is a poet. Right? Moving towards the second point, physics is experience that you can feel, right? So the 9th standard physics is really amazing. 10th standard physics is also good, but you cannot go and see you cannot open the wires and you cannot see the electrons. That is the difficulty over there. So I'll be discussing about that later. But physics is an experience that you can feel. Right, if you sit in a spacecraft and if the spacecraft goes up, you can feel that force of gravity, right? Naturally, let's leave the spacecraft. Naturally, when you go to the merry-go-rounds, right, when you go to the merry-go-rounds or different kinds of games, you'll be feeling physics there. You'll be feeling gravity. You'll be feeling the rotation motion or the pseudo forces, right? When a car takes turn inward, when a fastly driving car takes a sudden turn, what happens to you? You'll bend towards the outward side. It's due to pseudo force. When you're standing on a bus, just holding like this, suddenly the bus goes forward. What happens to you? You'll fall backward. So this all you can experience, right? It happens upon you. You can experience the physics. So physics is not only the subject, it is the experience that you can feel. Physics has its influence in our life, our skills, our knowledge, and also in other subject also. So you may ask me, ma'am, how it is influenced? Okay, it gives us knowledge, it is influence our life, but how our skills, right? So I'm going to discuss about that also in the today's session. So this was the introduction to physics. Physics is a poet who describes the beauty of nature, and it is an experience that you can feel and that helps you in every aspect of the life, right? So let's move forward and let's see. Are you ready to dive into the journey of physics in the world of physics? Yes, we are ready. So let's dive in. So, talking about the history of physics, how did physics start? Right? History of physics. So, the physics or the science, the history always starts with the curiosity. Okay, how it works? So, some people are gazing at the stars. Right? They'll think that what are these stars? Why are they so far? Can I catch the star? What is that? So these kind of curious questions led to the discovery of many things. Okay, the first thing is curiosity. Curiosity to know about the things makes the discovery. The second thing is imagination. Imagining, what if the sun is so hot? What if it comes near to us? The earth will get burned. It's imagination. What if I go and land on Jupiter? Jupiter does not have the land, right? It's a gas giant, right? What happens if I go and land on the Jupiter? There is no land itself. I'll just move through the Jupiter, right? You can just imagine. Imagination is very important in physics because you get the numericals in the physics, like when the stone is thrown up with some velocity, after what time it will fall down. So you have to imagine a person standing on a cliff throwing a stone upward, right? You have to draw the things, so that will make the physics easy. If you want physics to be easy, then imagine the things, imagine the question that is given. Curiosity and imagination are the two important things that exist in the world of physics. Moving forward, okay, how it impacts our skills, right? Physics gives you problem solving abilities. By solving the numericals problems of physics, you'll get problem solving ability. How is that possible? Because the problem, okay, the question, the numerical problem, the question will be having statement, will be having some scenario. From that scenario, you will take the required things as the data, right? We'll write given data. Okay, we'll fetch the required things. Using required things and prior knowledge of our formulas, we'll combine these things, we'll solve them mathematically, and we'll get the solution. Similarly, in life also, whenever a problem comes, what's the method? How can we solve it? We have to understand the problem first, right? When there is a question, first you have to understand the question. Similarly, life, the problem in a life, you should understand it first. You should take the points which are required to solve it. And you should use your knowledge like formulas, and you should work on it. So finally you can solve the problem in your life. Is it interesting? And also critical thinking skills. Critical thinking is nothing but, if you want to reach a point, if I want to reach some place, there is not only one way to go, right? There are multiple ways. Multiple means. I can go by walk, I can go by a bike, I can go by a car. So there are multiple ways. So we should be open to that. Okay, we should not be blind like only this is the way. There are different ways, there are different approaches. We can solve the problems, we can get solution, we can create things. So that is called critical thinking. Just not blindly following one way, exploring other things also. Okay, understanding the fundamental concepts of universe. In physics, we'll be understanding the basic fundamental concepts of this entire universe. If I leave this, it is falling due to gravity. Is it only applicable to the things that is present in this room? No. In this earth? No. Only to the solar system? No. Only to our universe? No. In entire universe, multiverse, this law works. So this is a great universal law which I can just learn by just throwing this up and down. Right. That's all. That is about physics. understanding the complex, beautiful concepts in very simple format. Right. So let's move forward. Okay, just a second. Yeah. So there's a question. The king of science subjects, who is that? Is it physics, maths, chemistry, or bio? Which is the king of the science? You can just Google it now. Okay, just go to the Google and search the king of science subject is dash. It will be, of course, our physics, right? Physics is called as the king of science subjects. So it's given the crown, the position of king, then yeah, physics should be special, right? Okay, so next question is language of physics. Now I said physics is a poet, and poets write in some particular language. Some write in English, some people write in Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, etc., etc., etc. Right? But what is our poet writing? Okay, our poet physics writes in which language? Any guesses? I hope some of you got the answer. Yes, exactly. It is. So there's a guess word and I'm going to fill it. Yeah, it is. Mathematics, right? By the mathematical calculation, mathematical formulas, we are going to express our feelings of the nature by our poet physics, right? Okay, so there's a other thing before ending the session. I want to give you the introduction to physics, right? Talking academically about your 11th, 12th and 9th and 10th standard, physics can be broadly classified into two main branches. One is macroscopic, another one is microscopic. Macroscopic is nothing but which we are studying about big things like thermodynamics, mechanics, right, kinematics. These all come in macroscopic study. Microscopic is nothing but studying about small particles like atoms, atomic physics, nuclear physics, right, and semiconductors. So these are the branches of they are the microphysics. Okay, so also, so if I want to give you analogy of all the topics that are present, first mechanics. In mechanics, we'll be studying about the motion of the object. If object moves, what happens, how is the distance, displacement, velocity, acceleration, rotational motion. So particularly about the motion, we'll be discussing in mechanics. After mechanics, we'll be studying about Newton laws of motion. Right, in Newton laws of motion, we will study about the cause of motion. That is about force. What is force? What happens if I apply a force on a particular object? What it also applies the force on me? All the concepts around force will be discussed in Newton laws of motion chapter. Right, after that, if we go to electricity, okay, in electricity we'll be studying about the charges, the current, okay, the potential difference, the work done, all the concept that produces this electricity. And in magnetism, we'll be studying about magnets, we'll be studying about North Pole, South Pole, the relation. Then after that, electromagnetic induction, the relation between electricity and magnetism, we'll be studying that. Then if I go to optics, ray optics, wave optics, in ray optics, we'll be studying about the particle nature of the light particles. Okay, light behaves in two forms. It has particle form and also wave form. In optics, we have ray optics and wave optics. In ray optics, we'll be studying about the rays, the particle format of the light. In wave optics, we'll be studying about the wave nature of light. Okay, this was about optics. Then what we have modern physics. In modern physics, we'll be studying about the microscopic particles like as atomic physics, nuclear physics. So these all concepts are covered under modern physics. I hope this helps you because it is a general introduction to your 11th and 12th physics. What are the topics exist there? Actually, I haven't prepared this by what I have studied. I remember these things, right? Okay, so I wanted to share that here also. And before ending the session, so I want to share a speech that I said in the Teachers' Day of my 12th standard. So yeah, from the 9th standard, yeah, really From ninth standard I started to like physics, because before that we were having like EVS, then science. Physics was not known to me. When I came to 9, I got to know that, oh, there is a physics, a separate branch of science that is so interesting. So from 9th standard my interest towards physics grew, and it was continuously, it's growing still now. Okay, in my 12th standard during Teachers Day I had given a speech on physics, and I got very good comments on that. Yeah, I want to share that with you guys. Okay, let me state. So physics is not a subject to study and leave. Physics is a emotion that you can feel. Physics is from moving vehicles to the rolling wheels. Physics is from falling ball to the rising rockets. Physics is from darkness to brightness, and this is about our physics. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video helped you to know physics in a better way. So thank you so much for knowing physics. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let's meet again in the next session. Bye-bye.